Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to English Debate. Today we would like to continue our discussions. Last week we had a discussions about prepositions. What is preposition, and then kinds of prepositions. We know that there are three kinds of prepositions: preposition of policy, prepositions of value, and preposition of fact. Today we are going to continue about building the case, how to build the how to develop the propositions we had last week, okay, in form of building cases. But we all focus on the building the case from the propositions of policy. Okay, let's go. So first of all, about building case, you have to know about how to build case. Okay, the first that building case here is in form of presenting the evidence to prove the motions. For example, the motions is Indonesia should have a national lockdown immediately. Okay, so you as a government team should present the evidence to prove that the lockdown option is right. Okay, while if you are from the opposition, you have to say that the lockdown is not the choice. Okay, and then next you have to structure your evidence. This is important in structuring the evidence, because as we know that the prepositions are different, so the structure of evidence from a different preposition must be different too. The structure of evidence for the prepositions of policy should be different from the structure of evidence of prepositions of fact or preposition of value. Okay, now we'll go to how to structure our evidence, especially in the preposition of policy. Okay. First of all, we need to know about what is prepositions. Prepositions of policy. So it reminds you that prepositions of policy is a kinds of prepositions that call us to do an actions. It suggests or it endorses a course of action. It call a change. We need to change. Okay, it is about the preposition policy. So because it is about making change, about taking action, so you need to convince other that the actions is necessary, that the actions is something that is so important, okay, and need to do immediately. Okay, so because it is about the necessary things, so you need to convince other. It means that you need a to be a persuasive. You need a persuasive case for a course of actions. Okay, so I repeat once again. Propositions of policy is about taking actions. Okay, we need to take action to solve a certain condition or a certain problem. So to make other convince, to make other trust you that the actions is necessary, you need to be persuasive. Okay, so you need to make a persuasive case for that course of action. And talking about persuasive, we can learn a lot about persuasive here from the advertisement. As you know, that advertisement here has a power to convince other, to make other trust the advertisement is right, so they will consume the product offered by advertisement. Okay, so in other words, to build the case from the propositional policy, we need to learn from the strategy of the advertisement to make other trust or to make other convinced enough. Okay, so the step of proving policy of propositions. There are three steps that you have to going to go through, yeah, in building the case of policy proposition. The first is you need to establish a need for change by showing an existing harm. In case of advertisement, it's also the same. You can take a look on advertisement. The advertisement usually creates the conditions that someone needs the products. If someone did not consume the product, there will be something disadvantage or something harmful happens. Okay, for example, it is the advertisement of insurance. Okay, insurance. So advertisement of insurance will create the needs of consuming the insurance by, for example, here proving that people needs insurance because people don't know what will happen in the future. Yeah? People don't know about their fates when they will grow old. People don't know about the fates of their children education, what will happen with the teacher with her children, their children education. So because there are lots of uncertainties, so people need to consume or people need to buy insurance, because if people don't buy the insurance, yeah, people will will be for example, people will be have an anxiety. People will be confused about the future. People about will be confused about their children's education, etc. Okay, so the same here in proposition of policy. Yeah, when the motion is the government should implement national lockdown. Okay, so you have to show that Indonesia needs to do the lockdown, national lockdown, by showing the existing harms. Yeah, by showing that if Indonesia did not implement the lockdowns, there will be harmful things. There will be corona outbreaks that will take many Indonesian people's life. Okay, that will make thousands of Indonesian people's death. Okay, this is the first step. The second step, after you convince people that there is a need to do something, or else there will be harmful things. After that, you have to over the plan. What's your plan? Okay, the same like advertisement. After the insurance advertisement convince people that you need to do something for your future, or else you will have a harmful thing in the future, then the advertisement will say, so you have to buy this insurance, you have to buy the educational insurance for your children's education future, you have to buy pensions insurance for your future when you are growing old. Okay, so you need to present a plan. Okay, and then, for example, in the propositions of or the motions of national lockdown, you have to over the plan how to do that plan. Yeah, for example, so who will take charge, who will be responsible for that national lockdown, and then who are for example, say, the people who will take certain tasks. What should the police do? What should the armies do, what should the peoples do, etc. You have to explain your plans, yeah, or how here, okay. And then the third, after you can over your plans, third, you have to make sure that your plan is effective, okay. Showing effective here means that you have to show that your plan will be successful in solving the harms. That's why we call it this why, okay. So after you talks about the mechanisms of national lockdown, yeah, next you have to convince that this national lockdown is effective in reducing the COVID-19 outbreak, okay, maybe by giving the statistical models, yeah, or maybe by giving the for example, the argument from the experts, yeah, maybe you will bring the journals or research journals, yeah, to show that it is effective, okay. That were the step of proving policy proposition, yeah. In other words, the step are three. The first, you have to prove that there is a problem, yeah, there is a problem needs to be solved. If not, there will be harmful things happen. And then the second, you propose a solution, you propose the plan, yeah. And then after that, don't forget to show that the plan is effective, that the plan will solve the problem, okay. So that's all our discussions about building the case from propositions of policy. Next, you will have the exercise. Yeah, the exercise, you have to build the case from the propositions of students of FKIP Unikal should be required to wear uniform. Yeah, in the link in the Google form. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.